Assalamualaikum everyone, how are you? We are from Belgium. You wanna know about Belgium? Let's get it!
Belgium is one of the smallest European countries. It is situated in the west of Europe, bordered to the north by the Netherlands, to the east by Germany and the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, and to the south and the west by France. It covers an area of almost 31,000 square kilometers and has a population of more than 11 million. Belgium has three main geographical regions. The coastal plain in the northwest and central plateau both belong to the Anglo-Belgian basin, and the Ardennes uplands in the southeast to Hercynian orogenic belt. Belgium has a temperate maritime climate influenced by the North Sea and Atlantic Ocean, with cold summers and moderate winters. Average annual temperature is 10 degrees Celsius.
Banjir bandang menerjang sejumlah negara Eropa, setidaknya 50 orang tewas dan puluhan orang lainnya masih hilang.
The Belgian province of Liege was hit hard by heavy rains today on 14th of July.
With a bunch of people, students, everyone who wants to come to protest again before the climate, because it's a real problem.
Air temperature changes until now. In Belgium, over the course of the 20th century, there were very marked and quite severe increases in seasonal and annual temperatures during two periods. Firstly, during the first half of the 20th century, then in the 1980s. According to a recent report, meteorological observation in Akal Science 1830 points to a temperature increase of some 2 degrees Celsius over the entire period 1830 until 2010. The frequency of heat waves shows a significant upward trend towards the middle of the 1990s. However, the variability of this parameter is important throughout the 20th century and the characteristic of heat waves in recent years are relatively similar to those observed in the 1940s, following the warmer summer temperatures observed during the first part of the 20th century.
Moreover, the frequency of cold spells reduced significantly in the early 1970s. The general increase in minimal temperature during the 20th century also explained why the longest annual period without frost has increased. In fact, the last day of frost at the end of winter tends to arrive earlier, with the first sign of frost at the onset of winter now being later. In recent decades, a reduction in amplitude of daily temperature changes has been observed. Night minimums rise faster than day maximums. Increased cloud cover is a very likely contributor to this change, and some models suggest that it will continue to increase in the future. On the Ardennes Plateau, in the Saint-Hubert region, maximum annual snow cover has shown a very significant fall since winter warming began in the late 1980s.
The floods in Germany, Belgium and other areas killed at least 220 people as towns and villages were swamped. Researchers say global warming made rainfall events like this up to 9 times more likely in Western Europe. Downpours in the region 3 to 19% more intense because of human-induced warming. The dramatic and deadly floods that hit Germany, Belgium and elsewhere in mid-July shocked weather forecasters and local authorities. Life was swept away by the floods. Homes, highways and railroads were destroyed by the rapidly rushing waters.
The severe flood caused by heavy rain for 1 to 2 days in the wet ground, combined with local hydrology factors such as land cover and infrastructures. Researchers look at the larger part of East Europe, including Eastern France, Western German, Eastern Belgium, Dutch, Luxembourg, and Northern Switzerland. As a result, the team found the region dispersed. Human climate change is increasing the intensity of the rain that falls in a single summer day between 3% and 90%. However, with continued greenhouse gas emission and rising temperatures, torrential rains bringing misery to parts of Europe will become more common and frequent.
Lack of knowledge about the diverse seriousness and urgency of climate change is another important barrier. Belgian students were found to lack observations understanding about the causes and consequences of climate change. They underestimate or lack knowledge about the environmental impacts of their lifestyle choices. For example, according to the latest National Climate Survey, only a minority of people acknowledges that meat consumption is a driver of climate change. Even environmentally concerned citizens lack knowledge about the structural driver of climate change, alternative options, and strategies for change.
Climate change is one of the biggest challenges that humanity has ever faced. This applies for the past and also for the future. That is why a joint effort, when it's called the youth, is very crucial to control this issue. The first thing that we can do as intellectual youth in order to combat climate change is by caring for our surrounding environment. And we can develop a sense of responsibility for the whole nature in ourselves. Else it will on a control individual and face. If it's done by a right amount of people, eventually we arrive in better world.
There are several policies that Belgium took in response to climate change. As a member of the European Union, Belgium signs the Treaty of European Union 2000 Article 14 in execution of national climate plans and report in the context of UNFCCC and the Kyoto Protocol. The National Allocation Plan is aimed to reduce greenhouse emissions by 7.5% compared to previous years. The other steps that Belgium has taken include following the Paris Agreement. This agreement, which binds countries with law, operates with the goal of limiting global warming to below 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to pre-industrial standards. In this treaty, every country, including Belgium, has their own target based on their own climate record and current situation.
So, what you think about Belgium now? By the way guys, don't forget like, comment, and subscribe. Sharing this video, don't miss. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
La loi, la liberté, le roi.